Alright, so we got this front cross member all finished up. This here is the piece you can see that we cut out of there. So we cut a good chunk out of there. So I'm hoping that this will allow us to remove the oil pan with no problem. Alright, so I got the engine out of the truck. I can now get to the back side of these mounts here so I can get them fully welded in. Probably going to make some gussets or something to go in right here, strengthen them up a little bit. So we're going to get to work now welding these things out. Let's make some sunshine.
Feeling the burn from my 9 to 5, end of the week, but I'm still alive. It's gone too slow, that ticking the talk. Can't take these eyes off of that old clock. Well, it's almost time for the moon to shine and forget that work that put it all behind. Come twice.
Alright, so we went ahead and got these two engine mounts fully welded. So they're welded on both sides. And then I added in some gussets. And those will just kind of give them a little bit of lateral support. I added one on this side too. Last time I added the gusset on the outside of this one, and it made it a pain to get a wrench on the bottom side of this mount when you were tightening it. So I put the gusset on the inside, and I still left it kind of open just in case. But you can now get to that nut from the outside, so it'll be a little easier to tighten that in there. But these things shaped up pretty nice. Definitely happy with the way they turned out. So we just gotta finish kind of cleaning them up and get them painted. The plan is to get the whole frame outside, and we're gonna paint front differential, the suspension, and we'll just hit the whole frame again. I used chassis saver on the frame last time, and it did all right in some spots, but like the underside of the frame on that side, it just like flaked right off. I'm sure it was a prep issue. I don't know. I went through and wire wheeled the entire frame. You know, it says right on it you can paint over rust. I had multiple spots where I painted over rust and it bubbled through it. So we're gonna spray the whole thing, make it look pretty, except for the back half. We're not gonna worry about the back half. Alright, so I'm getting ready to cut this front cross member. The edge of my tape is pretty much my line, and then we're gonna kind of curve it off, and then we'll make a patch piece to go in there, and hopefully then we'll be able to get to those oil pan bolts.
This is why we all came here tonight. You can feel it in the air. It's something we all share. Grab a solo cup, get in the mood. Tilt your head back and taste the brew. This is our time. Everything is gonna be alright. Whoa, and this is how we Friday night. All across the land, every woman and man counting down to the last minute. Alright, so we got a cross member trimmed down about as far as I want to go, and I went ahead and made myself a little template here. So we're gonna make a piece that kind of ties into this piece of stuff here, and then it'll bridge that gap, and then it'll come around the corner there. The only issue is I was gonna make this out of 1/4 inch because the rest of this is all 1/4 inch stuff, and I gotta make a couple of little bends here. I don't have a piece of 1/4 inch big enough, so we're gonna make it out of 3/8. I was like, there's no way I'm making this out of 3/8 because I can't bend like that, and then I remembered I have a shop press. So we're gonna give it a go, and once we get that in, we can get this section, the old circle, filled back in. So yeah, let's get to this and see how many zip discs we can run through. The miles just to get on by, waiting for this day to finish. Well, it's almost time for the moon to shine and forget that work that put it all behind. Come twilight, we're gonna get real high. Can you feel the vibe?
And we got this piece here kind of roughly cut. We're still working on shaping that so it'll fit in there. Still gotta tweak my bend a little bit, do a little more grinding, cutting, cleaning, and then we'll get that welded in there. Then our front cross member will be good to go. That'll be ready for paint too.
This is why we all came here tonight. You can feel it in the air. It's something we all share. Grab a solo cup, get in the mood. Tilt your head back and taste the brew. This is our time. Whoa, everything is gonna be alright. Whoa, and this is how we Friday night. Just look around and hear the sound. Only us out here with kegs of beer. What a view. That's that's my crew, and no one to answer to. And this is why we all came here tonight. You could feel it in the air, it's something we all share. Grab a solo cup, get in the mood, tilt your head back and taste the brew. This is our time. Whoa, everything is gonna be alright. Whoa, this is how we Friday night. Whoa, Friday night, oh Friday night. Whoa, this is how we Friday night. I saw this old ride listed for sale, 10 years old, and it looked like hell. All my friends said don't, I replied, oh Lord. It's an F350 long bed Ford. It stores my tools, can haul a load, but it drinks up gas, and now I'm broke. I jacked it up, put on lifted off-road tires with B-locks on. Dude, it's got
Alright, so we got this front cross member all finished up. This here is the piece you can see that we cut out of there. So we cut a good chunk out of there. So I'm hoping that this will allow us to remove the oil pan with no problem. Welds all looked good. And this should be pretty stout because that back piece now is 3/8 thick. So we did also get these engine mounts here all welded in. Got a little bit of weld on the insides, but that gusset is just going to help strengthen this whole thing up. And on this one over here, we boxed it in on the outside and threw a gusset on the inside, just to, you know, because it kind of sticks out there a little further. But yeah, this thing's turned out pretty decent. After we got the engine sitting in there straight, I was looking at things because like something still didn't look right up here. Like the engine and the cross member were going different directions up here. So I got looking at that the other day. So the front edge of this cross member is the same all the way across. On this edge, the front of the cross member is up here in front of this little U-shaped thing. And on this side, it's like an inch back. So yeah, this whole cross member is in there crooked. So that's why it looks weird. Apparently I didn't have a tape measure with me that day, but it does the trick.
This is a quality install.
Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. These things feel pretty stout. Definitely pleased with how they turned out and how the front cross member turned out. And we just got to finish things up, get the engine back in, get the transmission back in, be driving it before you know it. And for anyone that voted in the Quarantine Car Show, I'd like to thank you for your vote. We did make it into top 25 on both categories, which is awesome. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, give it a thumbs down. If you didn't care either way, just don't do anything. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also go out and check out our Instagram. I post pictures of things well before you'll see them on YouTube. Well, hope to see you in the next one. Except that's not how this works. I won't see any of you.